Hey, I'm Matt from award-winning bottle store Glengarry Grey Lynn, and today we're talking about Hancock & Co. beers. We've got the main man behind the brand, Riccardo, with us today, and he'd like to tell us a bit about the beers. So why do we have Hancock & Co.? What's the thinking behind them?
Hancock & Co. is actually one of New Zealand's oldest craft brewery brands. We relaunched it as a simple core range style beer where it's a 4-pack, easily available, simple flavors, not the big malty or big hoppy flavors. That comes at a later date, but we wanted to relaunch introducing old meets new. We wanted the new craft beer drinker to have something in common with the old school style craft beer drinker. And we came out with a simple plan. You know, we have our Grand Pale Ale, which is a low malt, medium high hop beer. We have our Cardinal Red Ale, which is medium malt, medium hops. And we have our Brown Ale, which is a higher malt, lower hop style beer. And we wanted to keep it simple.
So you talked about Hancock & Co. being craft beers. Do you want to go into the process and what makes it a craft beer?
You know, it's funny, craft is probably one of the only terms in New Zealand business that's not defined. People throw out many different definitions to you. We like to simply say, so it's in the bottle. From the bottle cap all the way down to the water, we source every single ingredient that goes into our bottles. We buy the malts, we buy all the grains, we buy the hops, we source them, we contract brew down in Nelson. We picked Nelson because Nelson has probably some of the finest water quality in New Zealand and creates some of the best craft beers. So we wanted to make sure we carry on that tradition. Hancock & Co. actually started in Khyber Pass Road, but now we brew and bottle down in Nelson. And we like to simply say craft beer is quality, passionate, creativeness. And I think, especially with our core range of these three plus the wheat that's coming out, we definitely have hit those.
So with these beers, who are you aiming to please?
Our core range, the 3 plus the wheat, is absolutely an introduction style craft beer. We want that old meets new. We want that first time craft beer drinker who doesn't understand the quality and the passion behind a product. We want to get them in realizing that, you know, craft beer is about the quality, it is about the ingredients, it is about the passion that the brewers put into it. We also want them to know that, you know, craft beer is the new wine. Craft beer, you know, with our malts, with our hops, are great matches to go with food, just like wine is. In fact, in some situations, craft beers go much better with foods than wine do. But we definitely, this is our introductory core range. Big malts, big flavors, that is coming from us. We do plan on coming out with a 500 ml series to complement the craft beer drinker who likes those big flavors.
So do you want to go a bit into the range of beers and maybe discuss, you know, food matches?
We'll start off right here. This is our Brown Ale. Our Bismarck Brown Ale is a simple, higher malt flavor, so a little bit sweeter caramel tones, lower in hops. This is a great beer to cook meats with. From marinating ribs to marinating an eye fillet and then using the marinade to make a great cream sauce with mushrooms. Different types of things that this beer is awesome for. It's also, I mean, hands down, it's just a great pairing beer from spicy foods to just bland foods. Then we move into more of our, I like to say our neutral beer. This is our Cardinal Red Ale. It's a medium malt, medium hop beer. It's really a perfect entry-level beer into craft. With its medium tones on both malts and hops, it allows that not overkill in either flavor, but also leaves the consumer wondering, wow, is that a malty beer or a hoppy beer? And then we move into what everybody judges craft beer by these days, and it's a pale ale. The Grand Pale Ale is simply put, a low malt, medium to high hop beer. Like most IPAs, they're very high in hop levels. This is a typical European meets American pale ale. We went for the slight bitterness with the lower malt flavors to allow that first timer, that person who's always been drinking Pilsners their entire life, to really enjoy those entry-level pale ales. And I think we really nailed the ball out of the park with this one.
You've talked about the forthcoming wheat beer. Is there anything else on the horizon, or what do you have planned for Hancock & Co.?
Seasonal beer is a term we haven't quite used yet. We're in the process of creating a higher alcohol, higher flavor, larger serve bottles, probably in the neighborhood of the 500 ml range. We just started brewing a few test batches, and yet it is totally in our future. How we roll them out, not sure yet. We want to work with our retail partners, but we also want to work with the consumer on, do we want to come out with something, you know, beer A 4 months out of the year, that kind of thing. So we're starting to do the research, but the future for us is definitely with some single serve bottles, higher malts, higher alcohol, obviously higher hops as well, to really give that real big crafty, the flavors that they yearn for.
All right, cheers to that, Riccardo. That was Hancock & Co. They're an exceptional range of beers. You can come try them, taste them, and buy them at any Glengarry store. And if you want to find out anything else beer related, stop by Crafty Beer on Facebook or check us out on glengarry.co.nz. There'll be lots of videos and reviews and all sorts there for you to get through. So cheers for that.